Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in for another paranormal pit stop. Tonight, we'll be focusing on a 12-acre graveyard bordered by Western Prom, Vaughan, and Bowden Streets in the West End neighborhood of Portland, Maine, that's recognized as the city's second eldest burying grounds, boasting a disturbing number of grave desecrations and a general crazy disorganization in its modern layout. Are you ready to explore the history and hauntings of Western Cemetery? Historically, land now holding Western was purchased by George Bromhall in 1680. Bromhall would perish amidst the French and Indian War, which lasted from 1754 to 1763, and it's thought that his was the first burial to occur on site, though this has yet to be confirmed. On June 25th of 1790, Thomas Bird would become the first person to be sentenced to hanging under the U.S. Constitution's authority, with his execution being held on what is now known as Bromhall Hill, and after which he was buried in an unmarked grave on future Western grounds. For a time, a house for the poor and indigent would stand nearby, and all those who died within were buried in the old yard. Eventually, graveyard grounds would be purchased by the city, and in 1829, the site would be formalized and established as Western Cemetery. Western would act as Portland's primary place of interment from 1829 until the establishment of Evergreen Cemetery in 1852, and in 1841 the site would acquire additional land, bringing the burying grounds up to 12 acres, with one section being transformed into a Catholic plot and accommodating the remains of a number of Irish Catholics who fled to Portland to escape Ireland's Great Famine. Preceding the Great Fire of 1866, plans were made to organize the cemetery, but following the blaze's widespread destruction, all associated documentation was lost. Western Cemetery would remain active until 1910 when the grounds were sold, though burials would continue up until 1987 on pre-established family plots, and following the yard's final burial, it would sit neglected, with nearly 2,000 tombs desecrated between the years of 1988 and 1989 alone, and a number of headstones stolen. In the year 2000, the Portland City Council would endure heavy public outcry when it declared the old graveyard an off-leash dog park, and in October of 2003, public officials were called out, after which reconstruction and restoration efforts were launched by the steward of the Western Cemetery and City of Portland, after which its use as a dog park was ceased, with a new dog park location created elsewhere. This old yard remains open to the public to this day, boasting an estimated 6,600 bodies, and if legends hold true, a string of paranormal infestations, with those braving its grounds reporting disembodied voices, crying, knocking, and scratching sounds, and encounters with eerie, shadowy figures sighted slinking amongst its headstones. A number of tombs on site have been opened over its many years, some on official business, others through more nefarious acts. Strangely, many have been found with nothing inside, completely emptied out as if their contents were absorbed into another realm, one of the most high profile of which was the tomb of the parents of famed poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, which was found stripped bare and with no hints or records as to what had become of their remains. Out of around 900 Irish interments in the Catholic section, only 50 headstones remain, and throughout the rest of Western, a large number of graves sit lacking any form of identification at all. Near these worn markers, faceless pale entities have been spied, their murky appearances likely a result of being forgotten in life. Several informal investigations of the grounds have yielded high EMF levels, chilling EVPs, and orbs and strange mists in photography. And along the trail, which runs right through Western, those walking it have reported the constant feeling of being watched or followed, as well as of hearing disembodied footsteps on the empty path before them. Throughout the whole of the yard, a number of ghostly manifestations have been encountered, all varying in appearance, and suspected results of those searching for their missing headstones, or wondering where their earthly bodies could have gone. Lastly, and possibly most famously, one large sarcophagus on site is topped with an old cross that, over time, has worn down into a T-shaped slab. Some have claimed this tomb holds the body of a witch, others a vampire, and others still something not of this world, and many nearing it have described a chill or eerie vibe. In reality, this old case plays host to the remains of one Reverend John White Chickering Baker, who succumbed to tuberculosis in 1871 1991, and it's now theorized his spirit might remain at unrest over his shortened lifespan. Thanks for joining us on this Paranormal Pit Stop. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Good night.